Let's hope the game doesn't freeze this time when I start off. Do the Spurs again. Don't freeze, please. I think it might freeze again. It's doing weird loading stuff. We'll see. Oh no, we're good.
Coming to you live from the AT&T Center in the Alamo City. We're getting set for the deciding game of the Western Conference quarterfinals between the San Antonio Spurs and the Dallas Mavericks. Hi, everybody. Along with Steve Kerr, I'm Marv Albert.
San Antonio has got to pull out all the stops here tonight, Marv. It's a one-game series. It's do or die.
Starting at guard, number 20, Manu Ginobili. Starting at forward, number 24, Richard Jefferson.
I forgot my timer. Oops. Okay, we're good now.
Kidd looking over to the bench. Here's Kidd.
Boy, very difficult shot there, Marv. Somehow managed to get it in.
Parker comes across. He fires from downtown.
Beautiful execution there, Marv. You gotta love the
buttons are different in this one. Oh no.
Guys the ball in areas where they're comfortable, and even with that shot contested, it doesn't matter. That's automatic.
Here's Howard.
What great defense, Marv, challenging the shot and forcing a very difficult attempt.
I'll have to figure it out.
And again, Dallas on the run. Howard kicks it back out.
This club really playing with a purpose now, Marv, getting good shots. Even when they're contested, they're getting guys the ball where they really love it.
And Tony Parker hits the three. Here come the Mavericks. Kidd looking for the open man and rebounded by Jefferson.
Good look at the basket, Marv. That's going to go if he continues to get that shot tonight.
And Tony Parker able to drill it.
NBA players are too good shooters, Marv, to leave wide open like that. They're going to make that shot 9 times out of 10.
Kidd fires it. Rebound by Ginobili. What a pass. And Tony Parker not able to hit.
Terrific offense, Marv. That's exactly what you want, getting something in the paint close to the basket, but they just didn't convert.
Parker again from downtown. For three. And Jason Kidd knocks down the three.
Well, if this team's going to come back, they're going to need more of that, Marv. A rhythm shot, really, after a good offensive possession.
Ginobili with the open shot. And a timeout is called.
Good opportunity here for a 2-for-1, Marv. They can get a good shot here and still end up with another possession.
Here's the steal. 4-second differential between the game clock and the shot clock. Ginobili coming off the screen. Seconds remaining in the quarter. Here's the double. Shawn Marion able to beat the double team. That was a three-point attempt. Well, as the first quarter draws to a close, the Spurs lead by 2. Steve, one of those games where it seems every shot is falling. Now, what are the coaches saying at this point? They can't be happy about the defensive play.
No, I don't think so at all, Marv, because we talked to both coaches before the game. They were looking for improved defense out of their clubs, and we haven't seen much of that at all so far.
Kidd working at the point. Here's Kidd. And Jason Kidd able to flip it home. 2.5 minutes remaining in the second quarter. Spurs up by 3. And Tony Parker right back. Duncan with the rejection. And Dirk Nowitzki right back. Steve, you look at what Dirk Nowitzki has accomplished, and you think back to NBA history. Has there ever been a better shooter at that size?
Well, the only guy who comes to mind for me, Marv, is Bob McAdoo, but McAdoo couldn't put the ball on the floor and create shots like Dirk can.
Kidd getting room.
Transition offense, Marv, begins with a defensive stop, but it's finished by a good outlet pass and a great push up the floor.
Kidd on the hop, and Dirk Nowitzki able to hit.
Marv, he hit a terrific shot there, but you see the defense contesting that attempt. If they continue to do that all night, they'll be fine defensively.
And again, Dallas on the run. Howard trying the fadeaway. He fires from downtown. Yes. Kidd moving to the front court. And the steal. Here's Jefferson. That's an 8-0 run for the Spurs.
Well, they've got to do anything necessary now, Marv, to stop the bleeding. This game's getting a little away from them. Time to stop this run and get this game back under control.
Howard gets it back. Here's Kidd. And Jason Kidd, so proficient on that catch and shoot. Got it off.
Well, they'd like to close this half out strongly. An excellent 2-for-1 opportunity right here.
Down to a half-minute remaining in the half. Spurs up by 11. Kidd working on the perimeter. Here's Marion. Jefferson gets space. And Richard Jefferson is able to score.
This team has to regain its composure, Marv. This deficit is growing steadily. They're in danger of letting this thing get out of hand.
And Jason Kidd off the mark. That's the end of quarter number 2. The Spurs lead by 13. The Spurs, Steve, with a solid first half, and they have been lights out from beyond that three-point line.
Yeah, they shot the ball extremely well, Mark, but they've got to be careful. You can't fall in love with that three-point shot. Look for them to attack the rim and reestablish their inside game as well.
And again, Dallas on the run. Marion off balance. Here's the double.
You got to finish off the play defensively, Marv. You force the miss, but you've got to secure the rebound.
Here's Parker. Nowitzki able to succeed with that box out.
Well, you like the hustle and the energy getting the offensive rebound, but if they're going to get back into the game, they have to convert on those second chance opportunities.
Off the mark. Why did he go to the pull-up, Steve?
Terrible decision, Marv. Anytime you have numbers, you're trying to get a layup. I thought he really settled that time.
Jefferson down low. Now here's the double. Look out, good play. It's a 2-on-1. Parker with the shot.
Marv, I love the way this team continues to attack. Even with a lead, they're not holding back one bit.
Kidd looking for the three.
Well, Kidd has always been a kind of a low percentage shooter, Marv, and I think one of the reasons is he's a bit of what I call a flicker. He doesn't hold that follow through up. He doesn't really extend his arm, so he's really dependent on just whatever his rhythm and timing is that night.
And Jason Kidd, also a player who has added to his game. He is now a pretty good three-point shooter and is a player.
I think I have a handle the controls now. They're a little different, but I got them. I don't know why they decided to change it. It's weird.
Bonner on the hop for three. And Tony Parker comes up short. Kidd able to get it down low on the post. Here's Jefferson. Marion on a catch and shoot.
They've got to tighten up their defense there, Mark. Poor rotation.
Parker for three. Here come the Mavericks. Kidd from downtown. A wide open shot.
From
Down to 20 seconds
downtown.
remaining in the quarter.
That lead
Spurs
isn't
up
very
by
high.
15.
You're fine though.
And Tony Parker feeling it. And again, Dallas on the run. And a foul is called. Kidd gets it back to him. Here's Marion. Bonner able to hustle it down. And here we have the end of the third quarter. The Spurs lead by 18. Steve, as this fourth quarter gets underway, you have to wonder about the lackluster road effort that we've seen here tonight.
Well, this is really disappointing to me, Mark, because I expected a much better effort out of this club. And you know, to me, what I've seen is a group of individuals trying to get their own numbers. I mean, it's more than about yourself. It's about the team. And I think this club needs to learn that lesson.
Let me write that down. More than about yourself
Than the team. Yeah, got it? You should learn that lesson yourself.
Marion wide open. Here's Ginobili, and the field goal. Ginobili is 2 for 5 from the field. And that's a backcourt violation. Kidd, who has lots of space. Here's Parker. And Tony Parker right back. And again, Dallas on the run. Kidd fires. The Mavericks will get it back. McDyess coming on. Dampier firing. And Eric Dampier able to lay it home.
What an acrobatic maneuver, Marv. That was a spectacular play.
And Tim Duncan could not finish.
That's about all you could hope for there, Marv. A nice attempt, easy shot, just couldn't convert.
Marion with room for three. Here come the Spurs. Ginobili looking for that low post.
Well, you have to love the fact that this team is moving the ball, Marv. That pass at the end of the play leads to the bucket.
And Jason Kidd, beautiful defensive move.
Well, with a hand in his face, he somehow manages to make it anyway.
Howard with the blocked shot. Oh, the steal. That was a three-point attempt. Here's a steal. Marion for the block shot. Here's Kidd. And Jason Kidd with 26 points. 2-second differential between the game clock and the shot clock. He hit it. 20 seconds left in the quarter. Spurs up by 20. Howard right back. Here's Kidd. Handled by Ginobili. This game's all wrapped up. The final score is 65-45.
The Spurs did all the right things tonight, Marv. They win the game, they win the series, and they move on.
This is Marv Albert along with Steve Kerr saying so long from the AT&T Center in San Antonio. to you live from the Mile High City, Denver, Colorado. We're getting set for the deciding game of the Western Conference semifinals between the Denver Nuggets and the San Antonio Spurs. Hi, everybody. Marv Albert along with Steve Kerr.
San Antonio has to really play well here tonight, Marv. It's a one-game series. It's single elimination. They've got to pull out all the stops.
Starting at guard, number 1, Chauncey Billups. Starting at forward, number 15, Carmelo Anthony.
They're ready to go. Smith on the hop. And Carmelo Anthony not able to hit from downtown. They work it back the other way. Parker shoots. The steal. Parker on the pull-up. Here's a steal. Shot blocked. Parker coming over with some help defense. And Carmelo Anthony able to hit.
Well, as a coach, I mean, that's what you want. You want to get players in areas where they're comfortable. And guys that talented and that good, they're going to make a high percentage of those shots.
Anthony again.
He can make that one in his sleep, Marvin. I mean, that's his comfort zone, and I don't care what you do defensively. If he gets in that spot, he's going to make that 9 times out of 10.
Anthony again. Back come the Spurs again. Yes.
Boy, we've seen him make that shot so often from that spot. That's one of the areas on the floor that he just loves. Even with the defense all over him, he's able to drain it.
Parker fires from downtown. Here come the Nuggets. Billups gets it back. And J.R. Smith not able to hit.
Well, he had numbers in transition. I thought he could have gotten a layup and really settled for a poor shot.
And again, Denver on the run. Smith working at the point. Look out, good play. Rejected. Duncan with the shot.
Marv, you know the old coach's adage, great offense starts with solid defense. That's certainly the case here.
Billups looking for that low post. And he scores, getting the friendly roll. Well, Carmelo's coach, George Karl, in the past had been very unhappy with the fact that Anthony would hold on to the ball, but things have come a long way in terms of the outside shot and decisions that Carmelo has been making.
Well, he's getting rid of the ball much quicker. He's either shooting or passing it along. I think the next stage in his development, Marv, is to work on that three-point shot. He doesn't quite have that range yet.
Parker fires. Yes. That's an 11-2 run for the Spurs.
Marv, they've taken this home crowd right out of this game. They're rebounding, they're defending, they're getting out on the fast break, and they're making quite a push.
The first quarter is in the books. The Spurs lead by 10. Well, what a disappointing start, but certainly lots of time remaining. How do they get back into this?
Well, they've got to get the crowd back into the game, Marv. That's such a big part of this home court advantage for this club. So the way to do that, make some stops, get out in transition, try to get some easy hoops here in the second quarter.
Smith at the point. And a foul is called. Open opportunity. And J.R. Smith comes up short.
Good cutting, good screening, nice offensive possession that ends up in the rhythm shot, and they're going to need more of that if they're going to come back and win. Marv, it's important for this club not to panic right now. Yes, they've given up the lead, but this is a long game. If they continue to play hard, they're going to be fine.
And a technical foul has been handed out for a defensive 3-second call. Well, that'll be a free throw coming up.
Well, he lost his man there, Mark, because he was indecisive about who to guard. He was very conscious of trying to help his teammates, but in the process, he got caught in the lane.
Oh, the steal. Dunked in on a quick release.
But you've got to show better balance defensively, Marv. They let the offensive team get out on the break, and they get the deuce.
Here's the steal. Dunked in with the off-balance shot.
That's how you win in this league, Marv. You convert turnovers into easy baskets. That's how they've built this lead.
Martin firing. Here's Parker. He hit it.
Where's the defense, Marv? I mean, they know he's a three-point shooter. There's no closeout, no rotation. Can't leave a guy wide open like that.
One minute remaining in the second quarter. Spurs up by 21. And able to knock it down.
Marv, I can't believe he pulled up and took that shot. He could have had a much easier attempt at the basket.
Billups fires one up. Open shot. And he puts it down.
Terrific offense, Marv. They get an easy bucket because of solid execution.
Martin with the shot. And Kenyon Martin right back. Jefferson looking to make his move. Open opportunity. Yes. Well, at the half, the Spurs lead by 22. The Spurs with an inspired performance in the first half. I think we've reached extensive garbage time at this point of the game.
Yeah, which is dangerous because there's still 24 minutes, but you have to worry about this team's focus. With the huge lead, we know there's a great party after the game tonight. The players are,
really?
Are they? Well, I'm going. I don't know if you got your invitation. Well, I'll tell you all about it later, but the players are all very excited about this party. Can they maintain their focus the rest of the way?
Smith on the hop. Rebound by Ginobili. Ginobili shoots the three. Handled by Nene. Delivery to Billups. Good job by Ginobili. Billups with the open shot. And Chauncey Billups to the line. And he makes them both. Parker feeling some confidence.
Well, Marv, we talked about this in the first half. These shooters are too good to leave wide open like this, and yet this defense still suffering here in the second half.
Yes. That's an 11-2 run for the Spurs.
Very difficult situation to be in, Marv. You're getting pounded, but it's important to continue to play, continue to compete until the buzzer sounds.
Smith on the quick release. Here come the Spurs. Parker fires. Not able to hit the three.
Boy, he's unguarded again, Marv. Horrendous defense. I would have expected some kind of halftime adjustment, but this club has just not brought the effort tonight.
Open shot. And Manu Ginobili could not finish. Here come the Nuggets. Anthony with the shot. Here's Duncan.
Well, this is how they've fallen behind by so much already, Marv. Too many easy baskets.
And a foul is called. Finley has come on. Anthony fires. Here's Parker. Smith working the point. And he's rejected. The Nuggets will get it back. Nene has to pop it back out. Here's Jefferson. And Richard Jefferson able to lay it home.
Well, it's good to see this club at least contesting a shot here, Marv, but even that doesn't work.
Good job by Finley. Off the mark. So after 3, the Spurs lead by 30. Well, Steve, we're set to get underway here in the fourth quarter, and I tell you, if you are coming in as the road team and you play this well, it has to feel so good.
Well, I think this was pretty unexpected, Marv, to be able to come into this building and get a lead like this heading into the fourth. And what this might do, Marv, is it may allow this club to rest some of its starters as it heads towards the next game.
Parker with the strip. Oh, thievery. Shot clock down to 7. Shot clock to 5. Parker able to reach for it.
Been the story all night, Marv. Just contesting every single shot and making it very difficult for the opposition to find an open look.
He fires from downtown.
No rotation there defensively, Marv, and you give up a wide open look to a good three-point shooter. No wonder you're losing.
Strips it, took it away. Parker firing, and Tony Parker with 29 points.
That's it. There's a nice job. Really fight back when you're down big. Way to battle.
Smith trying to set up. And the steal. Parker off the steal, fires. That's an 8-0 run for the Spurs.
Marv, it's going to happen. It's a long season. There are going to be nights like these where nothing goes your way, but it's important to continue to compete.
Jefferson gets it across. Open opportunity and scores. Here come the Nuggets. Rejected. Here's the pick. Duncan fires one up. And timeout taken late here in the fourth. Bonner coming on. Denver trying to get back into it. For three, the jumper is off the mark. And a foul is called. Petro has come on. Delivery to Billups. He took it away. Parker for three. He hit it. We're down to the final seconds. And it's rejected. The Nuggets will get it back. This one's finished. The final score is 68-27.
The Spurs will move on after a convincing victory here tonight.
This is Marv Albert along with Steve Kerr from the Pepsi Center. Coming to you live from the AT&T Center in the Alamo City. We're getting set for the deciding game of the Western Conference Finals between the San Antonio Spurs and the Utah Jazz. Hi, everybody. Welcome to tonight's game. Marv Albert along with Steve Kerr. What's the game plan for the Spurs here tonight?
Marv, I always felt home games were a lot easier because you're playing in front of your own friends and family and fans, and you're sleeping in your own bed. Your routine doesn't change. So I think it's key to establish yourselves early at home and really become a good, tough home team.
All right, here we go. Here's a steal, and a backcourt violation is called. An open opportunity for three. Parker able to reach for it. He fires from downtown. He hit it.
NBA players are too good shooters, Marv, to leave wide open like that. They're going to make that shot 9 times out of 10.
Ginobili on the rebound.
Beautiful execution there, Marv. You got to love the game plan. I mean, this team is getting guys the ball in areas where they're comfortable, and even with that shot contested, it doesn't matter. That's automatic.
Boozer down low.
Marv, he hit a terrific shot there, but you see the defense contesting that attempt. If they continue to do that all night, they'll be fine defensively.
And the steal. Jefferson off the steal, fires.
I don't know if you could do anything differently defensively, Marv. They got a hand up. They contested the shot, but boy, does he love that area of the floor.
Williams gets it back.
This club really playing with a purpose now, Marv, getting good shots. Even when they're contested, they're getting guys the ball where they really love it.
For three, yes. The Jazz will get it back.
Sometimes the AI does really dumb stuff like that, like, and I suffer for it.
Exactly what they wanted, Marv.
Whatever, though.
High percentage shot, but they could not
It
convert.
happens, right?
Here's the pick. And
We'll be
Tony
alright
Parker
regardless
able
of
to
what
knock it
happens.
down.
We got this.
Well, he's got some kind of range, doesn't he, Marv? They like to use him on that high screen and roll to try to get him that open look.
Bonner giving no room. Here's Williams, and Darren Williams not able to hit. Shot blocked. Bonner with room.
Marv, with this club trailing by this margin, they cannot afford to give up transition baskets.
Oh, the screen is set. Williams takes to the rim.
They've got to tighten up their defense there, Marv. Poor rotation.
That was a three-point attempt, and able to knock it down. Five seconds remaining. Brewer shoots.
Well, if this team's going to come back, they're going to need more of that, Marv. A rhythm shot, really, after a good offensive possession.
That's the end of the first. The Spurs lead by 10. Steve, what a start. They have really set the tone.
Well, Marv, they did exactly what they wanted to do. They were efficient at both ends of the floor. They really got the crowd into the game. Got a nice, comfortable lead here heading into the second quarter.
Williams pushes it down. Beautiful defensive move. Parker moving it across. Here's Parker. 2.5 minutes remaining in the quarter. Spurs up by 13. Here's the double. Boozer able to pull it back.
Marv, when you face this kind of deficit, it's important to get any easy baskets that you can. Nice job taking advantage of the opportunity.
Parker pulls it up. And the field goal. Here come the Jazz. Williams fires one up. He fires from downtown. And Tony Parker right back.
That's way too easy, Marv. You can't give up wide open looks like that to good shooters.
Williams fires from downtown. Bad pass intercepted. Ginobili coming over with some help defense. Here come the Spurs. A minute remaining in the quarter. Spurs up by 12. And gets the friendly roll. Here's Parker. Williams ends up with it. Back come the Jazz again. Parker feeling some confidence.
Well, Marv, with this team trailing, here's a 2-for-1 opportunity. They can close this half out strongly.
And Tony Parker able to hit.
Nice job by the defender, Marv, kind of hiding behind the offensive player and then stepping in at the last second to make that steal.
Here comes the screen. And scores.
This is all coaches can ask for, Marv. Contest every shot.
Parker trying to set up. One second remaining in the half. He hit it. And halfway through this one, the Spurs lead by 16. The Spurs, Steve, with a solid first half, and they have been lights out from beyond that three-point line.
Yeah, they shot the ball extremely well, Marv, but they've got to be careful. You can't fall in love with that three-point shot. Look for them to attack the rim and reestablish their inside game as well.
Williams finding room. Shot clock at 7. And Deron Williams able to drill it. For 3. And Tony Parker feeling it. Here come the Jazz. Williams again from downtown. Here's Parker. That's an 11-3 run for the Spurs.
This is really where you find out about your team, Marv. You're getting pounded. What are you going to do? Quit or keep playing?
Jefferson pushing it down. Here's Parker. Boozer fires.
Once again, Marv, this club cannot make a shot. They've had some decent looks all evening, but just hasn't been their night. Well, this is atrocious coaching. You're getting pounded, and you just continue to allow your team to get beaten to a pulp without calling a timeout. Unbelievable.
Williams looking over to the bench. And Carlos Boozer not able to hit. Ginobili with room. Nice entry pass. Boozer on a catch and shoot. All right, here comes the pick. Parker feeling some confidence. Here come the Jazz. Yes. Three quarters through this game, the Spurs lead by 28. Well, the fourth quarter getting underway, and my question is, are we closing in on garbage time?
Well, we could be, Marvin. I guarantee you one thing. Those guys at the end of that bench, they're hoping their club holds this big lead because they don't get to play a whole lot. So you get a game like this, you want to get maybe 5-6 good minutes in. That's why they've got to maintain the lead.
So not able to complete the conventional three-point play. Williams looking to get it down low.
Marv, you wonder how this team is able to compete at all in the NBA. A complete exercise in futility.
Williams setting it up. Here's Bonner, and Matt Bonner with the bucket.
This team has had energy all night long, Marv. You see the anticipation there defensively that leads to the bucket. That's how they've built this lead.
Williams setting up and rejected. Jefferson firing, and Richard Jefferson got the roll.
Once again, poor defense, Marv. Penetration has just killed them all night long, and I thought maybe we'd see a better effort out of them in the second half, but so far that's not the case.
And able to knock it down.
This is something a lot of teams love to do, Marv. The high screen and roll frees up the shooter for that wide open look.
Parker feeling some confidence. Here's Williams, and there's another. Jefferson walking it up. Open opportunity, yes. Parker is 18 for 20 from the field. 1 minute remaining in this fourth quarter. Spurs up by 35. Boozer with the shot. Here come the Spurs. Duncan with the shot. That was a three-point attempt. Does not take it to the bucket. Instead hits a three. He took it away. And Richard Jefferson comes up short. And Richard Jefferson with 11 points. 1 second differential between the game clock and the shot clock. Swatted away. Brewer, nice move. And Ronnie Brewer able to hit. One second remaining in the quarter. He hit it. Put this one in the books. The final score is 72-33.
The Spurs came up huge here tonight, Marv, in this pressure-packed one-game elimination format.
This is Marv Albert along with Steve Kerr saying so long from the AT&T Center in San Antonio.
Alright, all we got left is the finals now. Who's it gonna be? Who are we going up against? Magic, huh? So be it. Do it. Kitty hears me.
We are live at the AT&T Center in San Antonio, Texas, as we get set for the deciding game of the NBA Finals between the San Antonio Spurs and the Orlando Magic. Hi, everybody. Marv Albert along with Steve Kerr. So what's the game plan for San Antonio here tonight?
Well, playing at home, Marv, can be easier because you've got the fans behind you. You've got friends and family in the stands. You're sleeping in your own bed. But it can also provide an extra element of pressure. So we'll see how this team responds tonight playing in front of the home crowd.
All right, we are underway. Here's Carter.
I wasn't even paying attention. I missed the tip off.
Knocks down the three.
Knives happen so fast.
Well, as a coach, I mean, that's what you want. You want to get players in areas where they're comfortable. And
Take it home.
guys that talented and that good, they're going to make a high percentage of those shots.
Nelson finds the room and gets the friendly roll. Here's Parker.
He can make that one in his sleep, Marvin. I mean, that's his comfort zone, and I don't care what you do defensively. If he gets in that spot, he's going to make that 9 times out of 10.
Nelson able to extend.
I get a strong lead to start with. I can worry less. Go for those threes.
Here's Parker.
Hopefully they pay off.
Tony Parker once again.
They're too close to me in score right now.
Nelson gets space.
Well, not great defense, Marv. They let the penetrator get all the way to the rim, but they do contest the shot, and I think that forced the miss.
Here come the Magic. Nelson on the hop. Here come the Spurs. Parker fires and able to knock it down.
Marv, it is so much easier to make a shot like that when you get a good pass from a teammate. That time, terrific offensive rhythm.
And Michael Petrus right back. Here come the Spurs. Oh, the screen is set, and there's another.
Excellent long-range shot coming off the screen and roll at that high post.
The Spurs will get it back.
Very careless turnover there, Marv. No reason for that.
Parker with the open shot. That's a 13-4 run for the Spurs.
So critical, Marv, for the home team to get out to that early lead. Really brings the crowd into the ballgame.
Good job by Parker. Duncan with the rejection. He fires from downtown. He hit it. One second differential between the game clock and the shot clock. Nelson facing the double team. Here's Parker.
Looked to me like a little communication gap, Marv, a mix-up defensively because they let a good shooter get a wide-open look.
So at the end of the first quarter, the Spurs lead by 9. Well, the fans here certainly pleased with what they have seen in the first quarter. This is a very difficult place for opposing teams to come into.
Well, we've seen this often, Marv, before. This team loves to ride the emotion of its crowd. They love to get out early, running and scoring at a high pace, and that's exactly what we just saw.
Parker, who has been red hot.
Marv, these guys are professionals. If you leave them wide open, they're going to make it about 80% of the time.
Nelson on the hop, handled by Jefferson.
He's got to know his role, Marv. He's not out there to take ill-advised shots early in the clock.
That's a 12-4 run for the Spurs.
Marv, I love the energy that this team is playing with. It's bringing their home fans into it. You can feel the momentum kicking in.
Parker walking it up. Here's Parker. And Tony Parker right back.
Well, that's why they're trailing in this game, Marv. They're giving up wide open looks to good shooters.
What a pass. And Michael Petrus right back.
Good cutting, good screening, nice offensive possession that ends up in the rhythm shot, and they're going to need more of that if they're going to come back and win. No rotation there defensively, Marv, and you give up a wide open look to a good three-point shooter. No wonder you lose it.
Nelson facing the double. For three. Does not take it to the bucket. Instead hits a three.
Marv, I can't believe he pulled up and took that shot. He could have had a much easier attempt at the basket.
And Tony Parker showing the touch.
Marv, I'm shocked that we're not seeing better defense here out of this club. Nobody is up contesting that shot.
That was a three-point attempt.
Marv, that's a good shot if you're going for the scoring championship, but not a good one if you're trying to win a game.
He took it away. And Tony Parker is able to score.
Well, this team is on a roll now, Marv, and this home crowd loves it. You can feel the momentum shifting.
Petrus on a quick release. 1 second differential between the game clock and the shot clock. Nelson at the line. He's a 93% free throw shooter.
Nelson played his college ball at St. Joe's alongside Delonte West. What a backcourt that was. And became a first-round pick by Orlando in the 2004 draft. A terrific perimeter shooter. Finished in the top 10 in 2006 in three-point percentage. And I think he is the point guard of the future for Orlando.
Parker in three-point territory. Here's Jefferson. Yes. Final seconds, first half. Here's Lewis. And rebounded by Parker. And on that note, the second quarter is finished. The Spurs lead by 14. The Spurs, Steve, with a solid first half, and they have been lights out from beyond that three-point line.
Yeah, they shot the ball extremely well, Mark, but they've got to be careful. You can't fall in love with that three-point shot. Look for them to attack the rim and reestablish their inside game as well.
Nelson with the move. Oh, what a pass. And Rashard Lewis comes up short.
Boy, he's unguarded again, Marv. Horrendous defense. I would have expected some kind of halftime adjustment, but this club has just not brought the effort tonight.
And it's a 3-second violation.
Well, basketball is a game of mistakes. Now, you're gonna make errors throughout a game. You just have to minimize them as much as you can. Well, why do you even have a coach if he's not going to call a timeout and give his team some advice? His club on the wrong end of a run, and he just continues to do nothing.
And Vince Carter with the bucket. Ginobili looking to get it down low. And the field goal.
Well, when you're down big, Marv, it's important to just go ahead and quit, hand the ball to the other team and say, all right, if you want to score again, that's fine with me.
They double up. Lewis setting up down low. Here's Lewis.
Well, it's no wonder they have this big lead, Marv. They're really playing well defensively.
Parker feeling some confidence. And the steal. Parker has the hot hand.
Crowd loves it, Marv. Their team has been on all night, defending, hitting shots, playing with energy. It's been a clinic out there.
Here's Nelson. Parker feeling some confidence. Here's Nelson. And Jameer Nelson not able to hit.
Well, it's good solid defense there, Marv. They've really done a nice job in the paint, contesting every shot.
.30 seconds left in the quarter. Spurs up by 25. Nelson to the pull-up. Here comes the screen. Tim Duncan puts it down.
Well, this is how they've fallen behind by so much already, Marv. Too many easy baskets.
Lewis draws the double. Here's Nelson. The Magic control. 3/4 of this one have been played. The Spurs lead by 25. It is on to the fourth quarter in what has been a blowout, but coaches.
All right, final quarter here. Let's go.
Area in this type of situation.
Well, there always is, Marvin. That's what makes these first couple of minutes of the fourth quarter important. This club would love nothing more than to rest its starters. It's a long season. They've got to get another game tomorrow night, don't they?
The commenters, I don't know what they're talking about. Commentators.
Marv, talk about an exercise in futility. This is one of the worst offensive performances I've ever
stop
seen
blocking
in the
me.
NBA.
This game though, we had like way less of a lead, especially in the beginning, comparatively.
Here's Lewis.
Well, it's turnovers like that one that has put this team in the position it's in now, trailing and really not able to get anything going offensively.
I think we're fine.
Beautifully executed.
We have a hefty lead, only one quarter left to go.
NBA, Marv, you've got to defend. I haven't seen any defense tonight from this club.
And Vince Carter with 14 points.
Marv, this has been a clinic here tonight. Great offensive execution again. Another wide open look, and they're running away with this one.
Yes. Nelson looking to make his move. Here's Parker. Howard on the rebound. Back come the Magic again. Carter fires.
Marv, I am very impressed with this club defensively. They are getting after it and really challenging every shot.
That's a 10-2 run for the Spurs.
Very difficult situation to be in, Marv. You're getting pounded, but it's important to continue to play, continue to compete until the buzzer sounds.
And Manu Ginobili able to hit. Nelson looks to the bench. And Vince Carter right back.
Last minutes.
He fires from downtown.
Time to seal the deal here.
Able to knock it down. Back come the Magic again. Nelson trying to set up. And Rashard Lewis off the mark. Duncan able to pull it back. 1 second differential between the game clock and the shot clock. Petrus on the hop. And Rashard Lewis right back.
What the? Okay, whatever happened there.
Get it back. Gooden has checked in for the first
More
time.
wacky stuff. Oh well.
Carter feeling it and scores. Carter is 8 for 10 from the field. Parker, nice move.
One last shot. Wait for it.
Here's Parker. And Tony Parker takes advantage. It is all over. The Spurs are the NBA champions. What a display throughout this playoff run.
The Spurs have done it, Marv. They've pulled it off. They've won the championship, and this is what you work so hard for in the offseason.
This is Marv Albert along with Steve Kerr saying so long from the AT&T Center in San Antonio.
Well, there we are, the champions. We did it again. Last NBA Live on the PSP, so we did them all. I don't know how much more basketball. I'm sure there's other basketball around to do. I'm just not sure what it is exactly. As far as the PSP goes, at least. You know? Okay. Check the stats. And we roll credits and we get out of here. Okay, there we go. You saw it there. That was fun. All right, guys, that is NBA Live 10 for the Sony PlayStation Portable, the PSP.